Settle in close now, and mind the cold. This is the time of year when the sun grows weak, and shadows find their courage. Long before the world painted pumpkins and called it Halloween, there was Samhain. The old Celts spoke the word softly, Samhain. It marked the night when the year ended and began in the same breath. Summer's last light fading, winter's first whisper rising. A hinge between worlds. The people of that time lived by the rhythm of the land. They read the sky like scripture, and when the last sheaf of grain was cut, they knew the earth was going to sleep. They brought in the cattle, salted the meat, and stacked wood for the long nights ahead. But before they let the old year die, they gathered. Fires were lit on high hills, fires you could see for miles. Whole villages came together, faces painted, cloaks heavy with smoke. From every hearth in every home, the flame was put out. Only the great bonfire burned, and when dawn came, each family carried home a spark from that sacred blaze. A piece of the sun, to keep the dark at bay. They said that on this night, the veil between worlds thinned to a thread. The living and the dead could speak across it, if only in whispers. Spirits wandered the lanes, and not all of them friendly. So folk disguised themselves, wearing masks carved from wood, hides, or hollowed turnips, faces both human and not. Not to mock the spirits, but to fool them, so no harm would find its way to their door. Food was left out for those who had passed on, a bowl of porridge, a cup of milk, a slice of bread. You never knew which ancestor might be walking by, hungry for a taste of home. And there were games, too, divining the year to come, reading apple peels and candle drips. Samhain was not only about endings. It was a promise that life would return again, when the sun's strength did. Then came new faiths and new calendars. Priests crossed the sea and renamed the night All Hallows' Eve. The old gods were painted over with saints, but the people remembered. They kept their fires, their stories, their half-smiles at the dark. Centuries passed. The world grew busier, brighter, louder, and Samhain slipped into the corners of things. But ember traditions rarely die. They wait in the soil, in the rhythm of the seasons, in the old songs we hum without knowing why. Now, across Ireland and Scotland, and wherever those old bloodlines drifted, Samhain breathes again. In forests and fields, people light their fires anew. Modern druids gather under the October moon. Children dress in masks, carrying echoes of disguises long before plastic and paint. Families light candles in windows for those they miss, and whisper names into the dark, trusting someone's listening. Even Halloween, bright and noisy as it's become, still hums with the bones of something ancient. The warmth of a shared fire, the quiet respect for what lies beyond our sight. Samhain isn't gone. It walks beside us each year, a ghost we've learned to live with, reminding us that endings aren't just endings. They're the pause before everything begins again. Samhain isn't gone. It lingers at the edge of every October. In the scent of wood smoke. In the quiet between one heartbeat and the next. It walks beside us each year. A ghost we've learned to live with. Not a haunting, but a reminder. It whispers in the rustle of fallen leaves. In the way we draw closer to the fire as the nights stretch long. It asks us to remember what's been lost. And to make peace with the turning of things. Because all endings are only half the story. Samhain teaches that death and life aren't enemies. Just partners in the same slow dance. One bowing out, the other stepping forward. The old year fades, the new waits in the wings. And somewhere in that thin space between, we find ourselves listening. To the ancestors, to the earth, to our own small courage. So when you see the lanterns flicker on porches, or hear laughter in the cold dark, know that it's not just a night of tricks and sweets. It's a night that holds every season inside it. A night that remembers where we came from. Samhain isn't gone. It's in the fire that still burns. In the stories we keep telling. And in the hush that follows every ending. The pause where the next beginning gathers its breath.